Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and gives this video a thumbs up. The Bachelor will return to ABC for a milestone season after 29 seasons, but executives at the network are experiencing dramatic changes as a result of franchise issues. After Jen Tran's season of The Bachelorette aired, ABC placed the spin-off on hold. Then, Grant Ellis' season of The Bachelor received criticism for how he handled his job as the star, as well as low ratings. According to Deadline, ABC has ordered The Bachelor Season 30 for the 2025 to 2026 television season. It is likely to premiere in mid-season, as usual. While a lead has yet to be revealed, the network has already made significant modifications to the original Bachelor Nation series, such as hiring a new showrunner. Scott Teddy, the showrunner of Bachelor in Paradise, is now in control of The Bachelor. The previous showrunners were Claire Freeland and Bennett, who resigned after the program was accused of having a toxic workplace atmosphere. While ABC's next shows are Bachelor in Paradise and The Golden Bachelor, there was some suspicion that The Bachelor will not be renewed. Over the last few months, the franchise's reputation in the realm of reality TV, particularly reality dating shows, has suffered significantly. While other shows, like Is Love is Blind and Love Island, have surged to the top of the ratings and become fan favorites, the Bachelor franchise has, sadly, begun to decline. ABC has attempted to revitalize the franchise with new spin-offs like Is the Golden Bachelor and The Golden Bachelorette, but they clearly have not helped the original program recapture its previous splendor, particularly after Jerry Turner and Teresa Nist separated shortly after their live TV wedding. Scott will bear a huge responsibility as a result of the franchise's current problems. Fortunately for him, the program he is currently overseeing, Bachelor in Paradise, is regarded as one of the best spin-offs. The forthcoming Bachelor in Paradise Season 10 will have significant changes, including contestants from the Golden spin-offs. While it is too early to say if the format change will be successful, Scott is eager to try something new, and perhaps he can bring that spirit and approach to The Bachelor. Scott has already worked on shows like Married at First Sight, Summer House, and Claim to Fame, so he'll have to rely on his strengths to revive The Bachelor. After nearly 2 decades on air and 29 dramatic seasons, The Bachelor had reached a pivotal moment in its storied history. What was once the crown jewel of ABC's primetime lineup, launching watercooler conversations, internet debates, and countless spin-offs, now sat on shaky ground. The ratings slump had become too obvious to ignore. While the show still held a loyal, if shrinking, core audience, it was no longer the cultural juggernaut it had once been. The network knew things had to change. The trouble truly began after the Bachelorette season starring Jen Tran, the franchise's first Asian American lead. The historic casting had been celebrated initially, but controversy soon marred the season. Accusations flew from all directions. Some fans accused producers of failing to give Jen the editing she deserved, while others claimed that casting had intentionally selected suitors to generate drama rather than meaningful love stories. And when Jen ended the season with a dramatic self-elimination, walking away from both final men in a move many applauded as empowering, ABC executives were split. The season had sparked conversations, but had it delivered on entertainment? The answer, at least in terms of numbers, was a clear no. Viewership dipped to a franchise low. Advertisers grew nervous. Internally, ABC began reassessing everything. Then came the Bachelor season with Grant Ellis, a season meant to rejuvenate the brand by crowning a charismatic, successful, and telegenic black lead. Grant, a former NFL wide receiver turned entrepreneur, had all the makings of a modern Bachelor success story. But something went wrong. His season was criticized for lack of sincerity, awkward dates, and a final rose ceremony that left many viewers bewildered rather than touched. Grant chose to walk away single, claiming in a stiff after the final rose special that he wasn't ready for a long-term commitment, which infuriated Bachelor Nation. Fans felt misled. Even worse, the behind-the-scenes turmoil became public. Reports began to surface about workplace toxicity within the franchise's production offices. Staffers came forward anonymously, describing an environment of fear, manipulation, and unrealistic expectations. Executives Claire Freeland and Jason Bennett, longtime showrunners of The Bachelor, resigned quietly, citing personal reasons. But Deadline and Variety both published scathing exposés that suggested otherwise. With the damage piling up, it seemed plausible that season 29 might be the end. But ABC wasn't ready to say goodbye. In a surprising move, the network announced that The Bachelor would return for a milestone 30th season as part of the 2025 to 2026 television slate. The announcement came quietly, buried in a press release detailing upcoming projects. The release confirmed a major change. Scott Teddy, the acclaimed showrunner of Bachelor in Paradise, had been tapped to take the reins of The Bachelor. Teddy wasn't new to the genre. In fact, he had earned a reputation as something of a reality TV whisperer. With credits on Married at First Sight, Summer House, and the celebrity-centered claim to fame, he knew how to adapt formats to stay fresh. More importantly, he had led Bachelor in Paradise through one of its most creatively risky but critically lauded transformations. Season 10 would feature both younger contestants and Golden alumni, a format blend that had industry insiders buzzing. Now, it was up to him to breathe life back into The Bachelor, a franchise many declared outdated in a post-Love is Blind, post-Love Island world. Internally, ABC executives were placing huge bets on Scott. During one of their first private meetings, Lisa Chin, the newly appointed head of unscripted programming at ABC, didn't mince words. "This is it," she told him plainly, sliding a glass of bourbon across the table during a late-night strategy session. "If season 30 doesn't work, we're pivoting the entire franchise. No more classic format. No more mansions. No more first impression roses." Scott knew exactly what she meant. He had been involved in conversations about overhauling the franchise before. Some ideas had been wild: an international bachelor set on a yacht, a reality competition that merged Survivor-style gameplay with dating, even a choose-your-own-adventure format that would let fans vote on the lead's decisions in real time. None of it stuck. For season 30, they needed both novelty and nostalgia, something bold, but not too bold. Familiar, but not stale. Scott began assembling a writers' and producers' room like no other. He brought in alums from rival shows, casting directors who had worked on MTV's Are You the One, and even a few people from scripted romance shows. For the first time in franchise history, diversity behind the camera became a focal point, not just a press release bullet point. They hired an intimacy coordinator. They added a cultural consultant. And perhaps most radically, they decided the new season wouldn't be filmed in the famed Bachelor mansion at all. It was Scott's idea, partly a response to the rising popularity of global romance shows and partly his statement: The Bachelor was entering a new era. No more stale hot tub scenes in Agora Hills. No more formulaic wine dates in the same candlelit courtyard. They were taking love international. Thanks for watching. If you likes this video, do not forget to subscribe to my channel and do not miss any update.